They were cast down, locked away, and forgotten until now. The Book of Enoch describes ancient beings, giants, fallen angels, and creatures that once walked among us. And according to this forbidden text, they're coming back. What if I told you the end times prophecies in Enoch weren't just metaphor? They were a warning. This isn't just ancient mythology. Governments, secret societies, and even the early church tried to bury this book because it reveals what's really returning in the final days. Let's break down exactly what Enoch saw in his visions and why it's all starting to make sense right now. The Book of Enoch, an ancient text removed from the Bible, contains prophecies so disturbing that religious leaders tried to suppress it for centuries. This book doesn't just talk about angels. It reveals what truly happened before the flood, when the Watchers, a group of fallen angels, descended to earth and corrupted humanity. These weren't just spirits. They took physical form, had children with human women, and birthed the Nephilim, giants with immense power and unnatural hunger. Enoch was shown visions of their judgment, their imprisonment beneath the earth, and their final return in the last days. And here's the terrifying part. The Book of Enoch says they would re-emerge when the world began to resemble the days of Noah again. Think about that. Genetic corruption, violence covering the earth, a society obsessed with fallen knowledge. That's not just ancient history, that's now. Even Jesus referenced the days of Noah when warning about the end times. Enoch was shown massive beings, some taller than mountains, whose spirits would become evil entities roaming the earth after death, what we now call demons. But their original bodies, their bloodline, didn't just vanish. Enoch says some of them were sealed beneath mountains and deserts awaiting the appointed hour. Why are we now seeing mysterious humanoid figures in caves, hearing reports of giant bones, and watching governments suddenly declassify UFOs and non-human biologics? Because the timeline is accelerating. These beings are not extraterrestrial. They are ancient, imprisoned entities returning to fulfill prophecy. And Enoch saw all of it thousands of years ago. He described portals between dimensions, hidden realms beneath the earth, and a judgment day where these fallen ones would rise one last time before being destroyed forever. That's why the Book of Enoch was banned. It doesn't fit the sanitized version of reality. It exposes what's really coming. In Ethiopia, where the book was preserved, it was always considered scripture. But in the West, it was hidden, because it links everything: the giants, the flood, the demons, and the return of ancient gods in the last days. Even the Vatican has secret archives related to these texts. Why? Because knowledge is power. If the public realized the aliens are actually the offspring of fallen angels, it would destroy the narrative and confirm the Bible in a way the world isn't ready for. But the signs are already here. Statues resembling Watchers are being unearthed. Occult symbols from ancient Mesopotamia are returning in pop culture. And CERN, a scientific facility on the border of France and Switzerland, is openly experimenting with portals, even admitting they want to reach into other dimensions. All of this echoes the prophecies of Enoch, dimensions being opened, ancient beings escaping their prisons, and the earth being shaken once more. Whether you believe in the Book of Enoch or not, one thing is certain: the world is changing, fast, and the ones who were once banished, they're returning. The only question is, will you be ready when they do? After witnessing the chaos the Watchers and Nephilim unleashed, Enoch was taken on a supernatural journey that no other human had ever experienced. He was led by angels through the 10 heavens, realms stacked above and below our own, where spiritual beings operate outside time. Each heaven revealed another layer of divine order and hidden conflict. In the second heaven, Enoch saw imprisoned angels hanging in darkness, bound by chains and weeping. These were the Watchers, locked away for their crimes against creation. Some were sealed under desert sands, others beneath mountains and oceans, waiting for the final judgment. In the fifth and sixth heavens, Enoch saw the angelic hosts who had not fallen, those still obedient to God, guarding the secrets of time, weather, and the movements of the stars. But it was the seventh heaven where things turned cosmic. This is where Enoch stood before the throne of God himself, surrounded by wheels of fire, rivers of light, and living beings whose appearance defied all logic. There, he was shown the fate of the fallen, the scroll of destiny, and how the end times would unfold. Enoch saw that before the final judgment, these imprisoned watchers would once again influence the world, not in physical form but through deception, technology, and corrupted knowledge. He warned that humanity would once again seek forbidden wisdom, open spiritual gateways, and merge with forces it could not control. Today we're seeing those predictions manifest. It's all echoing Enoch's vision. Even our obsession with ascension, cosmic beings, and extraterrestrials is rooted in the same ancient deception. The fallen ones were never gone. They simply shifted tactics. And the 10 heavens Enoch described? They weren't just symbolic. They were dimensional layers that quantum science is only beginning to validate. Alternate realms vibrating at different frequencies, hidden in plain sight. The more mankind digs into these realms without God, the more we reactivate what was sealed long ago. Why do you think ancient texts warned not to pierce the veil? Because behind that veil are entities who once tried to become gods. And Enoch saw them, trapped, waiting, and watching. In one vision, he saw portals opening at the ends of the earth, releasing winds, voices, and spirits that would deceive entire nations. And isn't that what we're seeing now? Mass spiritual confusion, governments making contact with non-human intelligences, and powerful elites resurrecting ancient symbols and rituals. These aren't coincidences, they're fulfillments. And the 10 heavens serve as a map, showing how close we are to the final confrontation. As above, so below. What's been locked away is stirring, and what was hidden is being revealed.